Evening, everyone. This is Jacob Terrell. I wanted to give an update on the potential for some severe weather across portions of central and eastern Kansas, especially Wichita and south central Kansas on Sunday. This video briefing is being recorded on April the 6th, 2017. Just to do a little overview as to what we're looking at, a few severe thunderstorms will be possible. Obviously, this does include the potential maybe for a couple of supercells, which would be discrete storms that typically are the most prolific with severe weather, especially hail and tornadoes. Not expecting a major outbreak at this time. Definitely want to be clear on that. There's really no indication that this is going to be a significant severe weather situation with lots of tornadoes, hail. We're not even guaranteeing that severe weather will occur at all. But there definitely could be a couple storms that could become severe and produce some problems across the area. Uncertainty exists in the overall threat, and we'll kind of talk about that here in just a second. And damaging winds and large hail would be the main concern with the severe weather that does develop. A smaller risk, still a risk for a tornado or two, but that risk is smaller than the hail and the wind risk. We'll get into that here momentarily. First of all, let's show you the area that we're kind of concerned with, and I want you to understand this will change. This outlook will be updated as we approach Sunday, and then even on Sunday it will be updated multiple times throughout the day. This is the general area that we're kind of looking at right now from Iowa, and then obviously down in here into eastern, portions of central and south central Kansas, into northern Oklahoma. Wichita said so right about here in this area where my mouse is pointing. So you can see that we are definitely included in that risk, also including areas like Ponca City, even over here to Hutchinson, obviously Topeka, Kansas City, all the way up to Des Moines. Kind of close, but still south of the Twin Cities and Minnesota as well. So this is the area right now that they're kind of focusing on, but again, this will change as Sunday gets closer. This is a look at the 18Z GFS. I forget what exactly this hour, 1 hour this is, but this is looking late afternoon into the evening hours on Sunday, and you can see here that we do have 60-degree dew points in terms of moisture that is working its way up into eastern, especially southeastern Kansas. What the latest model runs seem to suggest is that the threat may be a little higher in the eastern part of the state. That's something that we will have to just watch carefully. Moisture is going to be a little bit better in Oklahoma, but it looks like the capping will also be a little bit stronger too. That's warm air aloft, prevents surface-based warm, moist parcels from rising, and that can limit obviously the development of thunderstorm updrafts, and that can be a real killer when severe weather in severe weather situations, killer in terms of killing severe storms. So obviously that's one uncertainty we have. Is there is some evidence, maybe some capping even in the Kansas as well. Another thing that we're looking at here is this big old ridge here, the big old ridge of high pressure sitting over the southeast. Not that that's a bad thing, because obviously they need a break after the severe weather they've had over the last couple of days. But this can kind of interfere with the moisture stream coming up from the Gulf of Mexico. And so we're kind of maybe wondering if that's going to inhibit the moisture a little bit. And if the lower the moisture, the lesser the threat is of tornadoes, which is a good thing. So that could possibly be a problem for tornado development. But again, we do have some lower level shear with the storm system coming in. That's what we need for tornadoes. It's not overly strong, but it is pretty decent. And with that shear in place, when we get these storms going, if we have the instability that's there, which is also a little bit in question, there could be at least 1 or 2 isolated tornadoes. The instability is kind of marginal as well, but so the instability and the moisture are really what could end up being the problems for severe weather across the area. But nonetheless, a few severe thunderstorms are possible. Again, not expecting an outbreak with the limiting factors that we have, but a few storms could produce some damaging winds, some large hail, a smaller chance, but maybe a chance of an isolated tornado. Lack of moisture, again, capping somewhat limited instability could hinder the threat a bit. So basically, we just encourage people to stay tuned to trusted sources for updates, and this is something that we'll want to watch closely over the next few days. Not that we're expecting a major severe weather threat, but severe weather is severe weather, and even a weak tornado can cause a lot of problems and can even kill people. So obviously, regardless of the magnitude of the threat and the magnitude of the event that we're expecting, anytime severe weather is in the forecast, you want to make sure that you monitor it closely in the coming days. Not expecting a major widespread deal, but a couple of severe thunderstorms are looking possible Sunday. No guarantees of any severe weather, but if severe storms do develop, an isolated tornado cannot be ruled out. Some large hail, some damaging winds could be possible as well. Again, this does include Wichita, south central Kansas, and eastern Kansas. So anyone in those areas needs to be on the lookout for the possibility of an isolated severe storm or two. Sunday, I think the best timing is going to be somewhere after 3 p.m., to maybe 11 p.m., closer to midnight maybe. This could be more of an evening event, quite honestly, so that's something that we'll have to watch out for. So just pay attention to your trusted sources, and we will continue to monitor as needed. Thank you very much for watching this video briefing.